is the #1 investor to my business, and hopefully it'll be the investor to another business and another business, but we'll get into that in another video. Hey you guys, first of all, if you watched my first video and this is the second video you're watching, thank you for coming back. If this is your first video watching, if you have time, go back and watch the first one. But anyway, so in my first video, I mentioned briefly that I was in the process of applying to graduate school. So I just wanted to touch a little bit on that because I know a lot of us are like debating to go back to school, to not go back to school. Whatever your gripes are or concerns are about school, I just wanted to share some of mine. So in undergrad, I always had the idea that, you know what, I'm going to get this undergrad degree and then I am going to go to grad school to get my master's. I also got my associate's degree, but I don't remember really if I was like thinking about grad school for sure. I just knew I'm going to get my associate's and I'm going to transfer, get my undergrad. But during the undergrad years, it was like, okay, for sure, I am going to go get my master's. Now, during my senior year, I knew a lot of people and I had a lot of friends that were studying for their finals, wrapping up their college years, their undergrad years, and also studying for entrance exams to grad school. So whether that was the GRE, the GMAT, LSAT, all of that. More power to them, because a girl like me, I was really I was trying to keep my head above water, trying to finish my finals, okay? I was still crying going to class, trying to make it so that I could walk across that stage. So for me, that was not possible. It just wasn't feasible for it to work out for me. What my goal was and what my game plan was is that I need to finish grad school, attempt to get a career started or obtain employment at an organization that offers tuition reimbursement, which is really common for a lot of companies these days. Thank you, God, that happened. So I was able to get hired at a great company that offers tuition reimbursement. But even and still, it was like, okay, I just did all this time in school. I need to take a breather before I jump right back in. I need to get my bearings. I just went through some of the most emotionally draining, mentally draining years of my life. I need to take a break. I need to just breathe. That's what I've been doing. I have been breathing, chilling, relaxing, working. That has been my life. But now it's come a time where it's like, all right, sis, like, how much more breathing you finna do? Like, how much more breathing you finna do before you're gonna just do this or you're not gonna do this? So I was kind of unsure about grad school being something that I still wanted to pursue. Like, yeah, I want to do it, but do I need to do it? Am I ready to do it? Financially, can I do it? It was like all of these different things. And they were probably me making excuses in my head or confusing myself because I wasn't 100% ready. But basically, I decided that the best program for me would be my MBA. The reason for that is I love business, #1. And #2, obtaining my MBA can help me in my career, which is my lifeline. It is how I live. It's how I function. And then also it's the #1 investor to my business. And hopefully it'll be the investor to another business and another business, but we'll get into that in another video. Anyway, my career is important because that is my lifeline. And then also, an MBA can teach me a lot of the foundations from business perspective, textbook wise, for my business. Of course, experience is one of the best teachers, but some textbook foundation doesn't hurt. So it was like perfect. This is a double whammy. So I was talking to my mom and I was like, you know, Mom, I don't know if I want to jump into debt with grad school. And let me tell you what she did, or what she said, to get me together. So she was like, well, what do you mean so much debt? You know, you have tuition reimbursement that's going to help you out, so you have less out of pocket. Then, thank God for moms, man. Thank God for moms. She said, how much does the programs that you're looking at cost? Like, just give me a range. So I give her the range. And she was like, how much did your car cost? I told her. She said, why, when you purchase your car, do you not look at it like, I
don't know if I need a car because it's expensive.
And as soon as you drive off the lot, it starts to depreciate. But you'll second guess and say you don't want to jump into the expense of grad school, but when you graduate, it can only help you. It's not going to hurt you. It can only help you. It can only add value. And I was like, dang, okay, let me go get my laptop and let's like really look at these programs. So we were searching for programs, and I stumbled across a program that really like seems like a good fit for me. It's the Master's Business of Administration, and it has a concentration that you can pick up in entrepreneurship. So I said, wrap it up and put a bow on it and say 2M will, because that is for me. Being able to kill two birds with one stone with my career and my personal entrepreneurship and business development goals, it was like, okay, this is a done deal. I am doing this. So the program that I found that I love, that is my first choice, is this program that is blended. It's online and in person. It's important for me to be able to go somewhere in person because I want to be able to network. People say that that is a big aspect of MBAs, and I don't want to miss out on that. So I can get the convenience of being online because I'm super busy, but then I can also go in person, meet people, talk to people, and get that traditional experience. That was important. So the application process. With the GRE portion, I have some serious test anxiety. That has probably been one of the reasons that has held me back from applying previously. I have taken courses, I have read the books, I have done practice tests, and every time I get to the point that, oh, I'm gonna take the test, I freak out. I'm like, you're not ready, you're not ready, you're not ready. But I have decided, guess what? I am ready. However, this program that is my number one choice does not require me to take the full GRE due to like my GPA and my work history and all these other aspects. I only need to take the writing portion. So I have to take the written portion of the exam. I have to have 2 letters of recommendation. I am going to aim for 4 letters of recommendation. And those letters of recommendation, 100% is a prime example of keeping a good relationship with people that you come across and doing well when you are a student or when you're in another position. So just to give a little background on my letters of recommendation that I have in mind and that I've requested. I reached out to a professor from college. I was in college a couple years ago, not exactly 5 years, but a little less. And it is important to like make good impressions on your professors. Not all of them do you need to make personal relationships with, but some of them, because you never know when you will need them later. Let it be for a job or for higher education. So I was a research assistant in college, and I reached out to that professor because I have a good relationship. He knows me, he knows my work ethic, and so I just reached out to him in an email. And I gave him some background. I'm going to try to include some templates and some websites that talk about templates for letters of recommendations requesting those letters from previous employees or professors. So I reached out to him to get a letter of recommendation. I reached out to an old manager. So like that's another example, leaving positions in good standings, giving your 2 weeks, working hard into the very end. It's important so that you can go back to those people and say, hey, can you do me a favor? So I'm reaching out to an old manager, an old professor, my current manager. So it's important to do well in your current jobs. I think we all know that. But also my old business partner, which is one of my best friends. So I reached out to her because in this program, not only do I want them to get information about me is how I work in my career, how I am as a student, but also because it's a business program and an entrepreneurship program, I want them to know that side of me. I want them to know what it is for me to run a business and how that has felt. I am going to make another video about my endeavors, my first endeavors in business, but yes, I have reached out to my good friend and old business partner, and she's going to write me a letter of recommendation. So those are my 4 that I'm going to submit. I also have to update my resume. They want my CV, so I've worked on that and updated that and submitted that. I also have to write a statement of purpose. Now, with the statement of purpose, I'm happy that this program has given me guidelines. So they list out specifically what they want to hear from you about. Some of these programs don't. They just say, why are you a good fit, or a statement of purpose, and you have to pick a topic that you think, that freaks me out. This program says specifically, this is what we need to know in this paper. So what I've done is I got a handy dandy notebook. Hold on. I have written out all of the questions that they want, and I put like a little outline. I put some of the references I'm going to use in it, but I gave myself an outline to go after so that I'm not just sitting down at the computer and just typing away. So this does have a word count, 750 words to 1,000 words, and that is where it kind of gives you a little challenge, because they have a lot of stuff they want to hear, but they want you to condense it. And then not only that, the things that they want to hear are kind of, they're all about you as a student and about the specific program, but they're kind of all over the place. So I also have to figure out how to put this all together and make it make sense. So my starting point is this outline. I'm going to write up that paper actually today, because I want to be able to give it to a couple other eyes to look it over, check my grammar. Does this make sense before I submit it? And then my next thing, like I mentioned, I have to take the writing test, and I'm going to go take that tomorrow after work. So those are the things that I need. Now, I'm going to apply to this program before any other program, because the deadline for this program is coming up. If I can get into this semester, that will be perfect. So everything is kind of rush mode, and if not, then I'll just schedule my GRE after this and apply to some of the other programs. Like, I'm not going to be sad about it. I know that I'll do well in any program, and this is just my first choice, so I'm going with it first. Y'all pray for me. I know it's gonna work out regardless. So even if I don't end up getting admitted to this program, I know that I'll be a good fit for another program, and it'll just happen in God's timing. So that's kind of my GRE grad school background. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will keep you guys updated. Keep me in your prayers. Like, subscribe, and share this video. And also, if you guys have any similar stories about higher education, about going to college, your associate's degree, undergrad, master's, doctorate, share your experience with me, because I know I could not be the only one that got a little freaked out by it all. But that's okay, because we are going to get it done. Thank you guys.